Hey guys, welcome back and happy Friday. All right, guys, well, we're back to talk about some Vanderpump Rules news for former stars, I guess, of the show, but also current ones because some of my favorites are still on the show. But anyways, we're going to start off with Jax Taylor. Then we'll make our way into Sheena, Lala Kent. We'll go down the line. But before we jump in, you guys know how this works. If you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So Jax and Brittany, Jax Taylor, Brittany Cartwright. We know that Jax Taylor. We know that, they were let go from the show. Jax still swears to this day that he was not fired from the show. We obviously know that he was fired from the show. That's a given. At this point, we don't even have to argue about this. It was about alleged homophobic behavior or other kinds of behavior. Honestly, he was just angry as hell all the time. He was always pissed off, but he swears that that was just a bad edit that he got. Meanwhile, he's over here, at the time of the show, dating this like Disney princess, getting married to this Disney princess who is Brittany Cartwright, who's just an absolute sweetheart. In person, on camera, she was always just the sweetest. I don't necessarily understand, but I guess it's like one of those opposites attract sort of situation. And they have a baby now, so congratulations to them. I don't want to tear anybody down. So the former Sir bartender has revealed that he and Brittany are plotting their return to reality TV. What? Why? I mean, for the paycheck, obviously, but is that something that we want? Do we want to watch Jax again on reality TV as a family man? I mean, listen, I just saw Jeff Lewis pivot from flipping out and like screaming at people, ripping their heads off, to this new Hollywood House Lift show on Freebie. And he's so much more, calm and different. And it doesn't give you anxiety to watch. He's just like, hey, do we have this? Do we have this? We need to get this. Like, he's just very relaxed and chill. Maybe if there's that new side of Jax, then that could be nice. And Brittany did say that now she encourages him to smoke a lot of marijuana because when he does, then he calms down when he's getting really anxious and like agitated. I wonder what goes on in this guy's brain. But anyways, planning their return to reality TV. On top of that, they are also launching a podcast. Everyone's launching a podcast. What would their podcast be about? Are they going to take the 2 T's in a pod route and talk about Vanderpump Rules and review some of the episodes? Are they going to talk about different things that are happening in their lives, are we that interested in what's happening in their lives? Because they were taken off the show for a reason. Are they talking about pop culture? I mean, get in line. You're starting most people who leave Bravo start a podcast. Okay. All right. But I am wishing them the best. I'm not a bitter Betty over here. He's also putting out a children's book inspired by his late father. And I think that's pretty cool. Coming from based off of what Brittany said, it's like stories that, his father told him, and it's almost supposed to be for like a child, stories from their grandfather, that's sweet. That's a softer side of Jax that we haven't seen in the past. I've never seen that side. During a recent Instagram live, a fan asked Jax what he does for a living now while no longer being on reality TV. He said, "What am I doing for a living? I have a lemonade stand on the weekends. Come by." Obviously, he's joking. It's a great lemonade stand. It's fresh too. That's the gig right now. Then he said, "We are doing a podcast. It will be out. I don't want to talk about it too much yet because obviously we're still getting all the things worked out. I just heard back from my manager. Our podcast will be out very shortly." Brittany and I are doing a podcast. We're really excited about it. I want to get that going as soon as possible. I'll let you guys know when the podcast will be up. We're just setting up. This is just something fun that Brittany and I wanted to do. The unnamed podcast will cover apparently a bunch of topics, including parenthood. I know everybody's been doing a podcast. Yes, see, that's exactly what I just said. But I really, enjoy coming on here and talking about just everyday life, parenting stuff, just hot topics, whatever in the moment. I'm just, like talking about anything that I feel like talking about. He said that he just likes talking. I think it would be fun to just, talk about some parenting stuff, just kind of what's going on in the world today, how we're dealing with it. Reality, if you want, I guess it will be a little bit of everything. Sounds like there's no direction of this podcast, but I don't want to be an ass. But what is this podcast actually about? Just like everyday shit, everyday life, a little bit of parenting, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some reality, some hot topics, pop culture, perhaps. Okay. He also hinted at returning to reality TV and opened up about his upcoming children's book. We've got a few TV projects in the works. We've got a couple things in the works. My book's getting ready to come out. I've got a children's book getting ready to come out. I just got a message about that. So got a few things coming out and I can't wait. 2 years later, he's been teasing everything that he's had coming out, but he is excited. So I'm excited for them, especially because there's a baby involved. And he said he has things coming out. Okay. Former Pump Roll star hopes to do a book tour when his book gets released. I see that Lala Kent and Stassi Schroeder. I was part of Stassi and Bo's book tour, and we had so much fun. The book tours, they seem like a lot of fun. You get to interact with everybody. It's very hands-on, and it's an excuse to meet everybody and talk to everybody, which is not something that he actually likes to do. And I know this from meeting him, knowing him, working with him in person. He does not like to meet people or talk to people. He acts like completely go away from me. Don't bother me. You are so annoying. You are like, do you know who I am? So this, maybe parenthood softened him. I'm so curious. I have no idea who this person is. I mean, listen, we weren't best friends, but I still had interactions and they weren't great. So I don't know who this person is. In the future, Jax hopes to write a tell-all book about his time on Pump Rules. I think I will do like a memoir type book at one point, but I think a children's book, just because of being a father, was important to do. I think one day, maybe in a few years, I'll maybe get together and do a Vanderpump Rules tell-all or something book. I think now is a little bit too soon to try to do something like that, but maybe down the line, I would do something like that. Although it could not be a good idea. It depends on how you look at it, kind of Dirty Secrets, kind of your thing, or, something like that. That could be kind of fun. Sounds like you're trying to grasp at straws here to pay the mortgage on that $2 million home. I'm sounding like such an ass, and I am sorry. I just did not have the best interactions, but it sounds like we're just trying to, listen, I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle. We're throwing pasta at the wall and some noodles are going to stick, and we're trying to figure out what those noodles are. A children's book, a memoir book, a reality TV show, an HGTV show, a podcast, a lemonade stand. We have Jax boots. We have the Jax jacket. We have the Jax fitness app. We have the sports bar in the Valley. We're trying. And I respect that. At least you're trying. You're trying to put food on the table for your kid. And Brittany's still a sweetheart. So because of her, I'm still voting for them to win. Now, I want to hear what your guys' opinions are. And Sheena apparently is getting ready to go to Mexico. She's getting married. Lala Kent, she's still trying to fight for custody. There's not much of an update on that, but I am still interested. So go ahead and comment below. What are your thoughts? And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And we'll see you guys on Monday for Let's Whine About It at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is 4 p.m. Pacific. Love you guys so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.